Welcome back, Hidden Reflection family. You know what? I never thought I'd tell this part. The night he used the key I never gave him, I froze. I could hear him walking through my apartment like he still lived there, like he owned me. I hid in the bathroom, locked the door, clutched my old phone like it could save me. He banged on the door, said he just wanted to talk, said he missed me, that he forgave me for acting out. Forgave me for leaving him. Eventually, the knocking stopped. I didn't move for hours. I waited until the sun came up, until I was sure he was gone. The next morning, I took a leave from work, turned off my phone, didn't tell anyone where I was going. I checked into a motel across town under a name that wasn't mine, and I sat in that room for 3 days. I didn't eat, I didn't shower, I didn't pray, I just stared at the ceiling, wondering if anyone would miss me if I never came back. Because when someone breaks your spirit slowly, piece by piece, you don't even realize it until you're already halfway gone. I wrote a letter, folded it 3 times, put it under my pillow like some kind of goodbye. I looked in the mirror and I didn't recognize the woman staring back at me. Hollow eyes, cracked lips, a stranger. And then it happened. A song came on. The motel had this old, fuzzy radio built into the wall. I hadn't even noticed it was on. But the lyrics hit me like a whisper from heaven. I don't know who was singing, but I promise you, it was like God himself sat next to me on that bed and said, "Get up." And I did. I took a shower. I threw away the letter. I called my sister, told her everything. She cried. I didn't. Because in that moment, I realized something. He didn't break me. He just bent me. And God was unbending me. I almost didn't survive. But I did. Hidden reflection. Family. Today, I don't write from pain. I write from purpose. It's been 2 years since I left him. 2 years since I checked out of that motel room and checked back into my life. I went back to the apartment once since that day. Not for him, for me. I needed closure. I needed to feel how far I'd come. And what I found almost knocked the breath out of me. It was a journal. His, pages and pages of entries. About me, about her, about his mother, his demons, his addictions, his brokenness. He was more lost than I ever realized. And for a moment, I felt sorry for him. But then I closed it, because his healing was never mine to carry. I left the journal there. I left the pain there. I left her there, the woman I used to be, desperate for love, drowning in silence, starving for validation. And I walked out, lighter. Since then, I've started over. I've been to therapy. I've laughed again, like really laughed. I've learned to sit with my silence and hear God in it. I started a women's group. We meet every Wednesday night and talk about healing, identity, and how to love ourselves again. Last week, one of the girls said, "I wish I had your strength." I smiled, because she didn't know. I used to wish that too. If you're listening to this and you feel stuck, invisible, or scared, I want you to hear me clearly. You are not hard to love. You are not crazy. You are not broken beyond repair. You're just in the middle of your story. And I promise you, God is still writing. They tried to break me, but they didn't know I was a seed. Now look at me. I'm blooming.
Thank you for listening to Scars That Speak. If this story touched you, share it with someone who needs to be reminded. Your pain has a purpose, and sometimes your greatest heartbreak becomes your greatest ministry. Taylor's story is one of many that needs to be heard, and yours matters too. If you've connected with tonight's episode, I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments down below. Whether it's your story or just a word of encouragement, your voice might be the light someone else needs tonight. Let's build a community where truth isn't hidden, it's reflected. And don't forget, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you never miss an episode.